Hello and welcome to another review here in Watching Time. This is your host again. I'm going to try to make a very brief review today about the Seiko Landmaster GMT. Not many people know this model. It's already discontinued. As far as I know, Seiko is not selling it anymore. I think it went out of production last year. I think it's quite unique Seiko watch. I am a Seiko apasionado too. I have a couple of quite unique Seiko watches, and I think this is one that actually brings a lot of joy when I see it, because it's still a Seiko, but it has some unique features that make it quite interesting and unique. So first of all, this full titanium, so you have the bracelet and the case all made of titanium. It's a Seiko, but it actually has inside a spring drive mechanism, and this is outstanding for one of the Seiko. Usually they use it on the Grand Seiko watches. So this is a caliber 5R66 a spring drive with a GMT function and a power reserve indicator that you can see here under the hours hand that right now it's covering it. The clarity also of the crystal, you can see it in the video. It seems that there is no sapphire crystal at all on top of it, which I think it's incredible. The treatment that they have done with the anti-reflective coating, it's quite amazing. And you have this total black dial that with the white hours markers and the arms of the watch that are they pop up straight up to your eyes when you need it, and it does what it needs to be doing to give you the time. And then you have obviously the GMT function, which I find it quite nice when I'm traveling around. It's quite easy for me to still have the local time or the time at home, so that I don't lose what's going on at the other side of the world. So this is one of those watches that I love. It's quite big. I cannot say it's small. It's not for small wrists. So if you have a small wrist, I would rather tell you to stay away from it because it's actually quite big. But at the same time, I wouldn't show you the wrist view of it, and you can see it's on my wrist. I like it. I think the size is perfect. It's a 46 millimeter wide, but it wears quite nice. The usual Seiko wearing lines that are quite smooth and turn around your wrist in a very nice way. So at the end of the day, and the fact that it's a titanium watch, you actually don't feel it at all. And the size, it's big, but it does what it has to do. It's quite visible. It has this kind of military line that it actually is very useful if you are like traveling or doing some sports on the outside, or I don't know how many people have found themselves actually running around a jungle, but I would see this type of watch as my everyday tool if I need to do that, or if you have an apocalyptic situation in which you have to choose one of your watches in your collection to take with you. Well, definitely this is one of them. I think it can endure many ecosystems, and the fact that it has a spring drive, it will guarantee a precision that it's outstanding, and it tells a lot about the history also of Seiko, taking 20 years to develop one type of mechanism that it's a hybrid. I will not go too much onto it, but for the ones of you that know what a spring drive is, it's you know that it's a mechanism that is a hybrid between a quartz and an automatic movement. So at the end, you have the best of both worlds and a precision that it's really outstanding. The crown is on top at the 12 o'clock position. It's kind of a unicorn, if you want to call it. Some people call it like that. So it's one of those watches that are quite versatile, and you can use it in many occasions. So just keep following. If you need, just click a like, If you want to follow my channel, I will be putting new watches very soon. I will leave you with this piece and my reviews. Just before I go, many people like the Lume shot, so I'm going to try to show it to you with one of the lanterns. Aha, you can see, it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. The GMT Lume is a little bit more blue hue, while the rest of it is green, and it's the Seiko quality that we all know and love. So that's it. Bye bye.